Hello everybody, welcome back to this war of mine, my little let's play. I haven't really felt like making videos, and that's a silly thing to say because this is like my leisure time. This is just like what I do for fun, basically. Where, I play games, record it, talk about it, and I guess you could call it a mental health break. Like, I need to take a few days because my head was just kind of done in by a few things, and I don't want to get too much into it, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes people disparage your work. They make you feel like this fun hobby I'm doing is worthless, and I kind of couldn't deal with that for a couple days, so I'm doing some post commentary now. I figured that's nice and easy to get back into things. You haven't missed anything because I had enough videos queued up in YouTube that didn't matter. Like, there was no break in service or whatever you would call it. So I already had the new vegetable garden get started. It takes like 10 water, so it takes quite a lot. And then I went to cook, and I realized we're going to need more water to cook with. So I made a bunch of filters there. And then just had Bruno cook with the one meat we had at the moment. And then I think there's some fuel as well. Because it is winter time and we need to keep it warm. It's just barely above 15, which is the threshold that I want to keep it above, if at all possible. And it takes 2 to 3 fuel to keep it above that. It will gradually drop below before that burns away. And then with that little bit of homegrown tobacco, I can make a roll-up cigarette, or actually 4 roll-up cigarettes for Bruno. And then I got that pure alcohol. Pure alcohol plus 4 herbs is an herbal medicine. It's shockingly expensive to make for how effective it is. Now, here's these kids again. Uh-oh. So you may notice I still have only 1 canned food. Hello again, we're hungry. Yeah, I know, kids. I can't do anything for you. This is so upsetting. Can't even see. You tell them no and they stick around just to make you feel really bad about it. Get Bruno working on 2 herbal medicines into a tradable thing. I have to tell him no again. Didn't expect you to turn your back on us after you helped us before. Yeah, I know. If you could just wait 1 more day, I will be able to find some canned food for you. And of course, that makes Katya sad, because we basically signed those kids... Well, maybe not. Let's say she signed those kids' death warrant, but maybe they can find something else from someone else. Bruno bottles up that stack of medicine he made for trading. Then I think I just have Katya sit down, like, get over your sadness by reading a book and listening to some music. Here's the nighttime. We're going to go back to the construction site again because that still has a lot of stuff in it. And we need to bring crowbars and saw blades to get it all out because there's still iron bars there to get through. So, as I said, we'll take a crossbow, a crowbar and a saw blade. And think about it. There you go. Should have cut out this loading screen. Oh well. Oh, let me move my mouse. That's the in-game mouse, never mind. Oh wow. So, you may have remembered this basement was flooded before. I couldn't get down there. I'm not entirely sure what triggered it to drain. Maybe it was the guys that were here leaving. Maybe it's just time, like after a day or so, the water drains. I'm not really positive what does it, but as you can see, there's lots of good stuff down here. So I just took the stuff that was easily available, which was tons of parts, weapon parts, electronic parts, Then I went upstairs back to this little cabinet to break it open. I would say something like, so I don't have to bring a crowbar again, but I think I bring a crowbar again anyway because I wasn't sure if there was something that would be locked behind those barred doors. So check out these riches. 6 bullets, a bullet vest, and a guitar. Guitar is still really valuable trade, so I'll have to back some wood for it. Yep, go upstairs, Marco. So I want to cut through these bars, which will also free up 1 item slot for me. All the way up to the top. Cut through. It's interesting to note that there is a hiding spot here. I'm not entirely sure why they put one here, since no one would ever come up here. And it's behind a barred door, so like there's no way to get to it for the most part. And then more food. Here's the canned food that we needed today and I'm a day late for. Plus a meat and 2 veg. So we can make like 2 meals tomorrow. Actually, it would be more than 2 meals with 2 vegetables. Every cooked food you make, which is 1 meat and 1 vegetable, comes out to 2 meals. So that would be more like 4. And then the tradable materials, I put back bullets and gunpowder for, or bullet casings. You can't break down the stacks of herbal medicine back into herbal medicines, unfortunately, as far as I know. You might be able to do it like on a workbench or something. And we got raided, used up our last 2 bullets, but no one got wounded, and the attackers didn't steal anything, so it's okay. Let's put Marco right to bed as usual. Bruno is very hungry, but I need him to cook. And we caught more meat even, hooray. So I sent Pavel down to get that and rebait the trap. And I tried to make 4 cooked food, I think. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the meat. So I'll make 4 cooked food. 2 stacks of it, basically. And Katya is going to do something else, I forget what. Rebait the trap, don't forget, don't use the canned food. Bruno, I tried to make him make 2 stacks of cooked food, but we're short on water. See, I have 5 out of 7. I need 10 water to make 2 stacks of cooked food. So, a bit of a shame. We'll have Pavel make some filters. There he goes. We have tons of components still, so do 3. That'll be 9, from 9 to 12. And then, of course, this is Trader Day. Trade those stacked. Get a bunch of sugar. Get more water filters, because that's like 3. More water itself. The water filter is like 3 components. It's like buying 3 components in one go. Sell our pistol. Sell a moonshine. Sell the what do you call it? The broken guitar. We don't have a good guitar player. I believe Katya is a decent one, but you really want the one musician character to play the guitar for you. That's the only one that's a net benefit to your morale. Everyone else can kind of maintain it, like how music kind of maintains morale. It doesn't improve it. If you have like a bad guitar player playing, then it reduces morale. But we already have a radio in this game, so I don't really bother. I just use those broken guitars to trade with. Buy some more raw materials. Those that I've figured out are just stacked versions of herbs. for like trading purposes. Lots more raw materials, go me. I should get those weapon parts. I wonder, I forget if I do. Just checking everything out. Of course, this is sped up to 2x speed, I believe. And that's all I need to do. Because I look at that window for a long time. Pavel can get something to eat. But first, start the water filters so we can have more food tomorrow. Yeah, 4 would make 16, so it's 4 water per filter. And then Pavel gets some food. Bruno, with our newfound sugar, should go down and make some moonshine. I'm looking at more fuel to make because we need fuel for the moonshine, fuel for the cooking. And Ate eats. Bruno makes 2 moonshines out of the sugar. I thought I had him roll cigarettes, but I guess we just missed Trader Day, so I held off. So we'll roll some cigarettes in coming days so he doesn't smoke them all in between. And he does want to smoke. Make that into a homegrown tobacco so I know what we can use to make the home-rolled cigarettes next time. And then I'm looking, we just bought a bunch of water. Yes, we do have enough to make another cooked food. Have Bruno do that. Katya will make the home-rolled cigarettes. Yep. And that should cheer up Bruno if he has some weird things to smoke that are not really tobacco. And then I'm just checking around, has any more meat been caught? No, it hasn't. It's still going to be another day or two before we have vegetables grown. Marco woke up, he can come down and eat. I know those kids aren't coming back, but I'm still holding on to those 2 canned foods like, regrets. And then we check the radio. I checked it every day, but this is the first day where things changed. Cigarettes and tobacco are up in value. So, regrets. It's going to get even colder. And then this should be the last day we go back to the construction site, I believe. Yes, make sure we have the right people sleeping and guarding. Pavel doesn't really need to sleep on the floor, so I have him guard again. And I took, yeah, there we go. I took the crowbar because I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything locked. So the first thing I did was went all the way back up to the top to clear this all out, make sure I never have to come back up here again. Some of the wood piles were taken in between days. So be careful what you leave behind, make sure you really don't need it, because other scavengers will come by and take things. More parts, more electronic parts. We're so wealthy in electronic parts now. It's crazy. Coffee, real bandage, real medicine, roll-up cigarettes, or the high-quality roll-up cigarettes. Here's a good one. There's corpses down here. They've been executed. We have no idea who killed them, whether that be rebels or the military, and then they flooded the basement to hide their crime. So isn't that lovely? We're actually, what we're doing here, all this good stuff is taking from the dead. Quite morbid. Let's see, put these back. Because there's a stack medicine, there's low quality roll-ups. I'm thinking, do I really want those for Bruno to smoke up? Stack medicine, I leave them behind because we have some already at home. More bullets and casings, or gunpowder and casings rather. So the only thing that's really left here is some components in wood and those cigarettes, the low quality cigarettes. the homemade ones rather. So not a big deal. And that's going to be it for this episode of This War of Mine.